everybody, I'm Aditi from PTE Universe. Recently I took PT exam. In today's session I'm going to talk about my PT real exam experience. Okay, so many of the students are planning to take PT exam and are confused about lots of strategies. I took this PT exam to check a couple of strategies. In today's session I'm going to talk about the strategies which I used in my PT exam. I'm also going to talk about read aloud one line strategy. I'm going to talk about different templates, how you should use the templates. I'm going to talk about adding extra words in right from dictation. Last but not the least, guys, I'm also going to talk about prediction files, like how much questions are repeating in PT exam and how you should prepare for PT exam, how you should attempt PT exam, because the way you attempt the PT exam is really very, very important. If you're new to this channel, guys, do like, comment and subscribe. And please do make sure you watch this session till the end so you understand how exactly you should attempt the PT exam and how I attempted my PT exam. Guys, before I start the session, let me tell you this exam I took in Melbourne, Australia. We are providing offline classes, face-to-face classes in Melbourne, Australia. Previous exams I have taken in India. So the exam levels was same. There's so many students who keep on asking me, is PTE exam same? The level of the exam is same or different? So PT exam level is same. My PT real exam experience was really very good. I really liked the center because it was not at all noisy. The staff was really good. So PT exam experience was good. Now talking about the level of the exam, speaking was easy, writing was easy. I got one summarized written text and I got 2 essays. Reading, I didn't find questions repeated. So it was new. So don't rely on repeated content. I keep on telling you to focus more on the concepts, vocabulary, collocations. That's what all you need to do if you are looking for a higher band score. Because just don't cram the files, you might not get questions repeated. Now talking about the listening module, it was not very lengthy. Like I just got one summarized spoken text and other questions were also one each. I got 2 listening fill-ups, 2 highlight incorrect word, 3 dictations. That's it. So PT exam level was easy. I didn't find it hard. Prediction files, if I talk about, I got 2 right from dictations repeated. So that's good. You should definitely do go monthly prediction. You should definitely attempt monthly predictions before attempting PT exam. Now let's talk about which strategies I used in PT exam, how I attempted PT exam. Now, first of all, guys, there were so many students who were asking me about read aloud one line strategy. So I wanted to take a PT exam with read aloud one line strategy so that I can guide you and I can ensure you that yes, go for this strategy. Now, in different read alouds, I have read different kinds of words. In some read alouds, I read 9, in some read aloud 10, 11, 12, 13, and in some more than 13 also. So yes, if you are struggling in preparing the complete paragraphs, this strategy can do wonders because this is easy, less time taking, and the less chances of making mistake. And the strategy works well for 6, 7, 8 bands. So you do not need to worry. The way you use the strategy is very, very important. There are so many students who are not using the strategy the right way. The strategy will not work on any portal. So this will either work in the official mock or in the real exam. You really need to practice this strategy under the guidance of the trainer. Guys, let me tell you, in the repeat sentences, some of the questions, like 2-3 questions were really very lengthy. Like 2 of them were really very hard, like 15-16 words. Rest of the repeat sentences, I've got 2 or 3 of them repeated, rest were new but were not very hard. Now repeat sentences, what I feel is like you should try to repeat as much content as you can. Most of the students are focused on content, so they listen and they try to repeat but they fumble. That's where they're losing lots of marks in fluency in speaking. You should repeat as much content as you can with the fluency and try to add a filler sentence. So like the one which were really very big, I try to repeat as much as I can, and I added a filler sentence, like, and you will hear a sentence in order to maintain the fluency. Next, describe image. If I talk about describe images, were also very easy. I didn't get any random image. Most of them were line, bar graph, pie chart, and I got 3 of them. So describe images, I tried to focus more on fluency. I didn't read any difficult word. And I also repeated, like I can see 10, 20, 30. I can see 10, 20, 30. So describe image, yes, you should focus on fluency. If you are a weak student who cannot even speak the words from the image, you can try to speak the template itself, adding whatever content you can, or avoid if you are not fluent enough. But you should try to make sure that while attempting describe image, you're really very fluent, because this is an easy task. You do not need to worry on content. You do not need to focus a lot on content. Next, written lecture, I just got one question. That was not short. It was average, around 60 seconds or so. So the retail lecture, the words were hard. It was like, if you're not somebody who know how to pronounce difficult words, you might find difficulty. But retail lecture was not short. So my suggestion in retail lecture, if you find some words are really hard to speak, you can avoid speaking, because if you will try to speak hard words, you will lose fluency. So best thing is not to speak the difficult words, and you can just repeat the content if you are short of content. Next were answer short questions. I got 4 of them, and 3 of them were repeated. One was new. I didn't know the answer, so I just spoke the keywords from the question itself. So speaking was quite easy. It was not noisy even. Fine. So speaking was easy. Now let's talk about writing. I got 1 summarized written text. I got 2 essays. Now talking about writing task 1, summarized written text. So summarized written text, I just copied and pasted. Like I just picked up 3 lines and connected them with comma and comma and. Now most of you, what are they doing? Like some of you are not good with typing. Like you're making mistakes while typing, so you're going to lose marks for sure. Some of you are trying to pick lines, half of them from the passage, which are not making sense. So if you're picking half the lines, you need to see that there's subject, verb, object. It should make sense grammatically also. So try to make sure you're not making mistakes in summarized written text, because this is again a very, very easy task. I have seen so many students are getting low scores in short writing. Reason being they are actually messing up the typing, or they're not actually writing the same thing which is written above. So try to make sure you pick up the lines which are having important keywords, and you are proofreading. I proofread my answer twice or thrice, because there was a lot of time left. So try to do that. Now talking about essay, I got 2 essays. So be ready. You can get 2 essays also. Make sure you practice essay typing. There's so many students who are finding it really hard to memorize the template. So what I will recommend you is to actually understand the template, and also to understand how to insert keywords in the template. Also, not only just type the template, you need to proofread the essay. So you get 20 minutes per essay. So you need to make sure you can just type the essay in less time, and then at least proofread it twice, because definitely there will be some typing mistakes which most of the students are doing, and that's where they're losing lots of marks. I'll be sharing my templates in a separate video with you, so that you get to know which templates I used in PT exam. You can use those templates too. So summarized written text and essay writing was quite easy. I have proofread lots of times all the things I've written, and that's how writing went. Now talking about reading, next module, there were around 30 minutes. I think 16 questions I got, or 15, 30 minutes were there. I got around 6 reading and writing Phillips. None of them was repeated. Some of the reading writing Phillips were easy, but 2 of them were very hard. Fine. So I tried to make sure that I solve the question in 2 to 2.5 minutes, and I tried to eliminate the options. So it's not always sure that you will be knowing the answer. The key is to understand how to eliminate the options and how to select the best out of the given option. So that is really very important while attempting the PT exam. Fine. Most of the questions were based on vocabulary. So please make sure you improve your vocabulary. You are not just cramming the questions, because as I focused on the fact that none of the questions were repeated. Now after that, I got one multiple choice multiple answer, which was lengthy, but it was not hard. I didn't focus much on it. I selected one option. Now after that, talking about reorder paragraphs, I got 2 questions of reorder paragraph. One of them was easy, one of them was really very hard. And reorder paragraphs were new, they were also not repeated. Next was the reading fill in the blanks. I got around 5 questions, I think. Yes, there were 5 questions. Reading fill in the blanks were, some of them were based on grammar rules. Fine, some of them were even based on combination of grammar rules, vocabulary, and collocations. So, some of the blanks were little confusing, because 2 of the options were making sense. So I tried to spend 2 minutes per question selecting the best option out of the given, but I didn't leave any question unanswered. Now, talking about the multiple choice true single answer, I got one question which was short and easy to do. So this was all about reading. Reading, guys, involves lot of time management, and what I will suggest you is to attempt couple of mock tests before attempting the real PT exam, because to be honest, it's not like that the reading is very hard. It's more like how much you're focused while attempting the PT exam. If you are stressed, if you are somebody who has not solved reading previously, you've crammed the questions, you're going to definitely struggle while taking the PT exam, because in the exam there is going to be some sort of stress. So please make sure you attempt PT exams, you analyze your scores, you work on weak areas. That's what we do in our online training program, and that's how each and every day students are getting their desired band score with one-on-one classes, group classes, and score improvement sessions. Now let's talk about listening module. So guys, listening module was not hard. Talking about the summarized spoken text, it was just one question. Summarized spoken text, the words were like judiciary, concept of power of separation. So some of the words were did little hard. Rest summarized spoken text was not fast. It was average in speed, and I just try to use a template, the brief and explicit summary. I'll be just talking about the templates which I used in a separate video. So I've used a template and I've added keywords in the template. I have wrote about 68 or 69 words in my SST, and I have proofread my answer a couple of times in order to ensure I'm not messing up the spelling, grammar, and punctuation, which is very important. Next, these tasks, multiple choice, multiple answer, was easy. Multiple choice, choose single answer. I didn't focus much on multiple choice, multiple answer, single answer, select missing word, highlight correct summary. So I tried to select the best option which I thought was the answer. Though I found highlight correct summary and select missing word little tricky, because two of the options were really very close. So I tried to select the best option once the audio ended. I didn't spend much time on them, because in listening, time management is very, very important. If you will waste a lot of time in just, solving these unimportant tasks, you might miss right from dictation. Next, talking about listening, fill in the blanks. There were around 4 to 5 blanks in one audio, and the spellings were fine. The spellings were not very much hard. Some of them included SCS and ED, so just try to make sure you are quite good with understanding these kinds of sounds. Also, the audios were not very fast. You just need to make sure, guys, you're focused on screen at the same time you're writing on the notebook, or if you're typing. I prefer writing on the notebook, so I wrote my answers on the erasable notebook, and then I transferred them on the screen. We have enough time in exam. What students do, they're very much stressed, they're very much nervous, they might miss right from dictation because they're not attempting mock tests. Please attempt mock test before PT exam, so that you're taking the exam, and whenever you're taking the exam, you're not stressed. Now next was talking about highlight incorrect word. One of them was very easy and slow, but one of them was really very fast, and there were two close answers in one line. So you really need to be very, very focused while attempting the highlight incorrect word, because it involves negative marking also. Last but not the least, I got 3 right from dictations. Almost 8 to 10 words were there in right from dictation, and I got 2 of them repeated. So guys, in write from dictation, I added extra words. In some write from dictations, I added article, SCS, or ED, where I thought I can add extra words. And in one dictation, I also tried to add more extra words. Fine. So adding extra words in write from dictation is not going to deduct marks. That you can even check through Pearson's score guide. You can definitely add extra words in write from dictation. But let me tell you one thing, more important thing is to have good listening skills and to have good spellings. Like so many students I've seen, they're not having good command on the spellings. And when it comes to PTE, spellings are very, very, very important. So if you are having your PT exam soon, I will recommend you to focus a lot on spellings. If you need to just see how much you need, like how many bands you need, and accordingly you need to focus on the tasks. There are total 20 tasks. Most of them are not important. 10 to 12 of them are really very important. You just need to focus on them. Secondly, you need to make sure you are quite clear with the strategies. So many of the students are confused. This strategy may work, this strategy may not work. All the strategies are working. I have even used backspace couple of times in dictation, couple of times in SWT and essay. So that is not going to deduct your marks. So you do not need to worry for that. Also guys, let me tell you one more thing before I end the session. So this was my PT real exam experience. I have got my desired band score. I took this exam to make you understand how you should attempt the PT exam. I'm going to make separate videos like how attempted speaking, reading, listening, writing, to give you an overview about how you should attempt your PT exam and how much calm and focused you need to be while doing the exam. So again, I'll say some of the students were really very stressed, like when there was a complete check going on. Please make sure if you're taking PT exam, before the exam, you take a sound sleep. Before the exam, you are not nervous. You do not need to study one day before exam. I don't recommend it. Please take proper sleep. Please take proper meals while attempting PT exam, and please do not worry. The exam is going to be easy. And please make sure you go through the monthly prediction file. Don't cram, solve the questions, because solving questions will help you. Cramming will not help you. And yes, for write from dictation, definitely I will recommend you to go through the monthly prediction file. That's really very helpful, because you might get some of the questions repeated directly from it. So that's it for today's session. I have told about all the strategies. Yes, you can use read aloud one line strategy even for 8th band. It's working well. Just try to make sure you're using it the right way. Yes, you can add extra words and write from dictation. You're not going to lose marks in it. Yes, you can use the templates. Templates are working well. You just need to understand how to use the templates. Templates are not going to help you score high. The way you use them is going to help you score high. And last but not the least, just don't keep on practicing, because there's so many students who are practicing. Practice, understand your weak area, work on that. Again, redo, practice, do mock and book PT exam. I have seen so many students are preparing for this exam since 6 months, 3 months. It's been a year. They're taking exam again and again and again and again. So you will never feel like you are fully prepared for the exam. You need to understand how to prepare it the right way. In the next upcoming videos, I'm going to talk about speaking, listening, reading, writing, and I'm also going to prepare some videos for the 6 band holders, 7 and 8, in order to make you understand how you should attempt PTE exam. If you want me to make some specific videos, you can let me know in the comment section. That will be really very helpful for us, because all what we are trying to do is to ensure that if you're taking PT exam, you are fully confident and you get your desired band score. That's what we at PT Universe aim for. So that's it for today's session, guys. In case if you're struggling in PT, IELTS, NATI, you can enroll with us. These are our numbers. Already 10,000 plus students have got their desired band score with the help of PT Universe. You can be the next. So I'll catch you out in the next video. I hope you will find my experience good. Thank you so much.